The problem here is mites. Yes. Let me stand back up, because what I want to show you is split pea flour. So try to prevent the mites. That's the big one. So either cook your substrate or put it in a deep freeze for 48 hours. Not a fridge freezer like in your house, an actual deep freeze where it gets down to zero Fahrenheit. And I do that for 2 days at least, and then that should take care of what's ever in that substrate. If you need to address a mite infestation that's happened, let's take a look at. So this is split pea flour. So split pea flour is something you can find in most specialty grocery stores, some standard grocery stores like Walmart, Hy-Vee, Publix, things like those. They might have it in the organic section, or you can buy dried split peas. Usually they're halved, and then they're rock hard. So you do need to blend them up somehow. Depending on what kind of blender you have, that might or might not be a good idea. They are really hard. But you're going to end up with something that you need a consistency that's like this. You need it small, because those mites are tiny, and what split pea flour does is it actually kills them. So it's not bad for the mealworms. They'll eat it. They don't like it. They don't thrive on it. It's not something they're excited about, but it's pretty easy to deal with. So let me grab a bin here and I'll show you. We're going to grab these guys. And so from an application perspective, you can see there is some bran in here, and there's also frass. Okay, so this is just run-of-the-mill, something where we've got every day. And what I'll do is, you want to add at least 10% split pea flour into this tray. So I'm going to estimate that this is probably about a 2 pound, maybe the size is probably only about a pound, and the frass in there doesn't really count. So probably less than a pound, but I'll go with a pound just to make the math a little easier. So that's 16 ounces. So I need like 1.6 or 2 ounces, round up a little bit, not going to hurt anything, into this tray. And so it's as simple as weighing out that 2 ounces. And I'm just going by experience here. And then just sprinkle that in, okay? And that's going to mess with the mites and get them unhappy and dead. And then the other thing that I do, so I have a concrete floor, so I have the luxury of being able to just throw this out on the floor. If I have like zones or sections where, you know, like let's say back there, I noticed that I've got mites. What I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately stop production. I'm going to go through and evaluate, okay, how far have they gotten? Where are they? And once I find where they've stopped, I might go another row. So let's say I quickly find them there. I might come here and just create a split pea flour barrier around this. So, you know, if you're on carpet or something like that, you may not have that luxury. You might need to put down some sort of container or plastic or something like that, and then set your containers on top of that and put the split pea flour around it. But you can also apply it around so that, you know, the grain mites can climb anything. So even if your sides are nice and clean like this, this is getting a little dusty actually, but a mealworm isn't going to be able to climb this, but a grain mite will. And so they'll get out of your trays. So that's why I like to put up a barrier to deal with any grain mite infestations that happen. And they do happen. So even if you do all the preventative measures, it's one of those things that does and will happen. I've had them 3 times, and they are terrible times. You'll remember them. That's why I know I had 3. But they are able to be taken care of and eradicated. If they get super out of control, they will destroy the colony. So you do need to act quickly, but once you get things rolling, you'll be able to get it squared away and get that colony back to happy.